you can come see your pantry.
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a different background behind me. However, it might look somewhat similar because it's actually my same floor plan that I live in, except the house is flipped. So this is one of my good friends, Emily's home, and she has kindly let us borrow her pantry and she's super excited about it too. So inside here is her pantry. Like I said, it's actually the same pantry that we have in our home. They had previously added shelves up here, kind of like we did as well. On the side, she has not one, but two of these like wall can organizers. I love that she put that behind her door. I actually didn't do that in ours. We put our second one over here, which she has brooms. So that's super nice and smart that they did that. But we are going to be giving this pantry a complete overhaul. I'm not going to be like painting, doing any of that stuff, but we are going to be decanting and reorganizing, decluttering all the things in here. And it is going to look and feel so good. And I'm really, really excited to get it done. Let's see what time we're at right now. I think it's like 10, it's 10:20, so we have a little bit of time, but let me show you what organizers we're working with. All right, so over here we have all of the bins. I have some mason jars, plastic bins, some wicker bins. All of these I feel were from TJ Maxx, so like this was $10, things like that, and we were able to get it for a good deal. This is like a pack of 3. I did keep receipts and I'll be able to exchange these or return them if needed. And then actually some of these were things that I have just had hanging on and I didn't use them in different areas. These bins were left over from previous projects, so were the Lazy Susans, and then this organizer right here was also left over. So it's super nice that we were able to reuse some items that I already had. We'll see what we use, and anything that I don't use I can go ahead and return, and that'll be great. I'm so excited. It's going to turn out so good in here. Let's get the magic started. I wanna hear you say First things first, we're gonna actually pull everything out and I'm gonna put them into like areas and kind of clusters in her kitchen and on our table. We'll kind of spread it out, make a big mess, and then we'll start decanting, organizing out there a little bit, and bring things into here. This is my friend Emily. She's amazing. We are neighbors and we've been friends for a few years, and honestly, she has just helped me so much get through the last few months. So I'm beyond excited to be able to do this for her and just kind of help create a more peaceful space for her that I know will be super functional and super helpful and useful. All right, we're staying focused, but I wanted to show you guys. I've talked about these so many times before. I love them so much. I don't know if you guys have, but I have had AirPods, like Apple AirPods, for years and years, and I didn't use them all the time because they would constantly fall out of my ear. Like if I would tilt my head like this, like pop, they go out. But these, I have had these for probably close to a year now, I think. Anyway, they're shocks, but they're over the ear earpods. But the nice thing, do you see how it actually leaves this open? So I love them because if I'm around other people, or if I'm like, of course, around my kids, I can hear what's going on around me, but I'm still able to listen to an audiobook or a podcast or music or whatever. But anyway, I wanted to just suggest these to you guys, especially because I've heard a lot of other people also struggle with that issue of like the AirPods falling out. So if that's you, give these a shot. I love them so much. Anyway, let's keep going. I'm gonna do some music today. All right, we are looking good in the pantry, not so good on the countertops, but there is a method to the madness. So as I was pulling everything out of the pantry, I didn't just place everything randomly. Instead, I put things with like items. That way, once I'm ready to actually start organizing everything, I don't have to sort through the items a second time. So as you're doing this with your own pantry and your own cabinets, definitely keep that in mind, and that way you'll avoid having to do the work twice. right, so the next step is to actually kind of do like a dry fit in the pantry. So I'm going to take all of my bins and baskets and things and kind of place them in areas that I think it might work well to have them. And then I'll be able to kind of better understand how I want to place items in the baskets, and then also like what my loose containers and decanting containers are going to be holding and where those will sit. So, and then also I want to know I'm not going to be taking off any tags or anything in case we need to return items that we don't use. Okay, so this little rolling cart right here, I thought would fit perfectly right here. I actually already had this on hand. This is just something that I had in storage, but previously they had a little organizer. The bad thing about that one is it actually extended over here, and so it made all of those like shelves on this side useless, or at least not easily accessible. So I thought that would be perfect there. And then I wanted to get these soft bins for easy access to overflow. So, you know, if they get extra packs of oats or things like that that kind of need to be easily accessible, they can go down here. And I pre-measured, so fingers crossed my measurements were correct and these fit. Okay, one thing that I love using in pantries, also in fridges, but especially pantries, is Lazy Susans. I happen to have these already. Anytime I buy Lazy Susan, I will hold on to it because I feel like, especially when I do things for other people, I just always will pull them back in. These are actually oversized ones. I want to say they're like 15 inches. You can find Lazy Susans at TJ Maxx, at Walmart, all the places, Amazon, everywhere. And they're nice because you can put a lot of things on here that otherwise would be really shoved back, especially when there are things like condiments or excess overflow items that they're not all the same. So you don't just want to stack them up because then you're going to miss out on the things that are in the back. But this way, you can turn it around and put things exactly where you want them and you can find them easily. So we'll see. I might put them there. I might put it up here. I'm not sure. Let's bring the rest of the stuff in. All right, I do have my list here. This is just when I came over and I went through Emily's pantry with her. I was like, okay, what are some problem areas? What are some things, you know, that you would like to see in here? And I also asked, what items would you like to see decanted into jars and containers? I don't recommend decanting everything because there are certain items that are just easier to keep in their original packaging and put them in a nice bin so they stay organized. Now, I do want to say getting these half-gallon mason jars are such a budget-friendly way to decant items. If you have smaller amounts, you can also do like the 32-ounce ones that are like half this size. But this was only $16 from Walmart. By far going to be the cheapest way to go about doing this. It's also glass, and I do have some different lids to use for these. So I don't know exactly, again, where we're going to put that, but mason jars are a great addition to your pantry. Okay, I got a few of these from TJ Maxx. These ones were like $6, and they are going to have like individual items for her kids' lunches and everything. And then as beautiful as wicker baskets are, they are going to be a little bit more expensive. So if you're doing a full huge space all at once, that might not always be in the budget, but also to kind of stretch your budget, if you do a mix and you keep all of your colors the same color, the same tone, it's going to still look really seamless and look beautiful. Now, one thing that I want to mention before you go to the store and you start buying a bunch of bins, because it's so easy to walk into the store and just buy all the things that you see, they're so pretty, but I would take inventory of what you have, what items are going to be going in bins and baskets. Also make sure that you're measuring your spaces so that you're buying things that will actually fit. I have made that mistake, and it's not nice to go spend your money and then just have to return it because it simply doesn't fit the space. So doing that beforehand, I guarantee will make a big difference. Now, when you're organizing a pantry, you don't always have space for the extras, but if you do find yourself with a little extra space in your pantry, doing some little fun things can make it just feel extra special. So I was at TJ Maxx. Look at the size of this bowl. It's so pretty, and it was on clearance for $12, so it's gonna be like the same price as a bin or something, but I know that she needs to store her potatoes and onions in here, and I thought, how pretty would that be to store it here? There's still extra room on the sides that I can add more bins over there if I need. Now, if it doesn't work to put it here, that's okay. We can change it, we can shift it. I might even put it over here because if you look at these shelves, they're a lot more shallow, but we'll kind of see where everything lands. I do have some other bins to put over on that side. Doing something like this just can end up adding a lot to a pantry and just making it feel like extra special if you find room for it. Even if you feel like you don't have room, just kind of get creative. You can even like paint things different colors. Like you can do a lot of things just to add a little extra sparkle, a little extra something, and making it feel a little bit extra special. So anyway, this is kind of what we're landing with at the moment. We'll start decanting things. We'll start putting things in baskets and bins and kind of see where we're at. All right, this is another one of those things of what I'm talking about, like adding a little extra something. So I know that her daughter's like a huge fan of Hershey's, and all kids pretty much like a little treat. So I thought this would be fun just to add in to this little corner area that otherwise is not ever being used, and just put like a few little special things. She doesn't have to keep it filled all the time, but if she just has something random or some little special things for her kids, she could add this in there and they can come grab it from here. So I think that's gonna be like a fun little surprise. Now these bins that I'm working on right now are nice. They are square, they're really sturdy, but these ones I'm actually putting on one of the middle shelves. So when you are putting away things in your pantry, make sure that you're really putting things that are most desirable at eye level or a little bit lower, and things that you don't need to grab up high. Like, don't give prime real estate to items that you don't need to access often. Okay, so for now, this bin actually is okay. I know it's tempting to like stuff your bins totally full. That does not leave room for real life. It's gonna be perfect on pantry organization day. And then when you get home from your grocery store, you're gonna have no room to put anything. So having a bin that's like, you know, only half full like this is actually a good thing because it leaves room for real life to happen. Okay, so for things like crackers, you don't want to be taking out, unless if you always get like a specific cracker or something, you don't want to be taking out all your crackers, putting them in containers. So that is a good option to put into bins and containers. But this way they're going to look a lot more neat and tidy sitting in a bin. So that's why I opted for a lot of bins for the things that she stores in her pantry. So if this is something that you're getting into all the time, you can always take the lids off or flip them, and then you can just pull them out and use them like this. One reason that I love an organized pantry, complete with containers and bins, is because you can very quickly and easily see what you have and what you need more of on your next shopping trip. And this really helps to avoid overbuying duplicate items at the grocery store, and it stops wasting your food. So I really feel like investing in pantry organization will actually end up saving you money. And I have seen that time and time again.
You better make up your mind, 'cause you know that I want to make it for you. Better keep it in line, 'cause you're a real strong woman. I've got a lot of love, I'm what you want, but if it's only about tonight, I call it off. You're messing with my vibe, I'm falling in love, but if it's only about tonight, I call it off. Tell me what you want to see, tell me what you want from me, darling, tell me what you want to see, 'cause you're a real strong woman. You got a thing that you like, from the back with our bodies keeping in time. You know I can do you right, 'cause when we're low, baby, keep it coming. I've got a lot of love, I'm what you want.
I love the mason jar white lids. If you're not canning, they are just so much more convenient. But I also wanted to mention, make sure that if you do go the mason jar route, make sure that you grab the wide mouth mason jars. It will make a world of a difference. So now into these jars and containers that I'm actually decanting things into. As I mentioned, I definitely am not an advocate for decanting everything in your pantry, although it can look really pretty. It's really not that functional to like over decant things. But what I'm adding into these is loose pantry staples that are always getting restocked. So like rice, oatmeal, pancake batter, certain pastas. And then because Emily's family is always baking and they're always using various types of chocolate chips, I decided to decant those as well and just put those into these smaller containers that I already had on hand.
Remember when you saw a story in the stars? It told you that you'd go so far. Have you gone there yet?
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, like changing it up, because I was kind of figuring out exactly how this would go. I ended up not using all of these because I had these little containers, and so I put some of the chocolate chips in there. If I do it like this, you can actually see all the items that she has instead of having them like stacked in front of each other. There's like a taller one and a shorter one, so you can see them easier. And then it's still that symmetrical look, so I think it looks so nice. Perfect. So this guy over here is just gonna hold like paper goods. And I think that'll be really nice because then if they need to like wheel it out for anything, if they're doing like a gathering outside, they can totally use this. Plus it has the wood, so it kind of adds a little warmth and it's just really pretty. It's not all about looks, but it does add for sure. Okay, the final thing that I want to do in the pantry is to actually put some labels on. These I actually got a long time ago, longer than I would like to admit, because they were supposed to go in my pantry and I just never got around to it, but here we go today. They are very affordable. I don't remember how many came in a pack. I don't know, 50 maybe. And I want to say they were like around the $10 range, maybe a little lower, but they're very flexible, which is nice because they are going to fit a ton of different bins. Also, you can just write them on yourself, which means you don't need like any special machine or anything because they're dry erase. You can erase them when needed and rewrite something else if you move things around and shift things. So I'm just gonna start labeling these and then we'll stick them on.
Tell me I'm the one you want. Tell me I'm the reason your heart beats and it won't stop. I wanna be the feeling you've been after all your life. Maybe is it too much to ask for a love just like that? The kind that never goes away. See forever in a day. They're only looking at me. I wanna be somebody who makes somebody else happy, happy.
Tell me you don't wanna go. Say you wanna stay here with me. Girl, I gotta let you know that I don't see nothing wrong with staying up all night chasing the sun.
All right, we are finally to the best part, which is the before and after transformation. Now, if you remember, this is where we started earlier in the day. As I talked to Emily, she said it was hard to find items. Nothing really had a specific home. There were a lot of mismatched bins. It was definitely lacking organization. And aside from the can organizers, they really just didn't have a whole lot in place for this. And now here is the after, and look at what a difference. Oh my gosh, go back and look at that before again, and then come back and look at the after. Like, it is so drastic in here. And I love that we didn't have to paint, we didn't add shelves. Like, we really just took the food that she already had and organized it into various bins and containers, and it looks so incredible. And it honestly feels like there isn't as much food in here now, which I don't think we ended up throwing out really anything, maybe like 2 or 3 items that were super expired, but everything else made it back into the pantry. It looks like she has so much more space and it's way easier to find everything. And by the way, stay tuned to see Emily's reaction to her brand new pantry, but oh my gosh, you guys, I am just loving her pantry so much. I love that now everything has a place. It's very easy to find what you're looking for. Everything's neatly labeled. And as the bins and organization changes a little bit, she can easily just wipe off the old label and then write in whatever she's changed it to. So I love that convenient aspect of these specific labels. Now, I think it looks amazing. I know Emily was a fan, but let me know, what are your guys' thoughts? Is there anything that you would have done differently in this pantry, or is there anything that you love so much that you're hoping to replicate that in your own pantry as well? Like I said, I love that everything has a place. Everything is easy to find. You can find exactly what you're looking for. And honestly, I feel like it's just so inspiring to walk into a pantry like this where everything is beautifully organized and just so simple and laid out for you. And to top it all off, it is filled with these cute bins. I love it. I'm so pleased with how it all turned out. Now, before we get into the reveal, I did want to say, if you are not subscribed already, make sure you're subscribed down below. And if you are returning, thank you so much for hanging out with me all the time. I'm so grateful for you guys. You can come see your pantry.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, what? Okay, this is like a grown-up pantry. Yeah. What in the world? Oh my gosh. Okay, no kids allowed in here, right? Oh my gosh. This could not be more amazing. It's like the gift I didn't know I needed. Amanda,
So that's all your overflow. So it's super easy to get to.
Perfect. So I don't have to like climb up there.
Right. And up there is like all your excess baking, like excess sugar and flour, all that stuff. Now you have access to all of that.
All of that. That was blocked.
And you might even have room to add another one of these. They're just from TJ Maxx, and you could maybe even get like 4 of them.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Very cute.
I think it turned out so fun.
Me too. Like even this is like in a cuter basket, like way cuter. Oh my gosh. And I love, you just chose the most perfect bins.
Oh, yay.
Don't you look at the Lazy Susans.
I know, the Lazy Susans are just
Those are really
the
good.
best. You did this so fast.
And we had a lunch break. We got to chat for a while.
Yeah, we even had a lunch break.
We
did.
Yeah.